Have you ever felt like you're on the verge of collapsing, yet you keep smiling on the outside? Have you ever heard your body pleading for rest, while your mind insists you must push through a little longer? Silence can be deafening. Often, it stems from emotions you've learned to suppress. Holding back feelings might seem like a smart or even necessary choice, but this decision comes at a cost. And the most alarming part, it's your body that's paying the price. Research indicates that repressed emotions are directly linked to chronic pain, autoimmune disorders, and even severe depression. It's not an exaggeration to say that hiding your feelings could be shortening your life. In this video, we'll delve deep into the unseen consequences of bottling up emotions. We'll uncover how your body signals that it's overwhelmed and explore what you can do to finally release the pain you've been silently carrying for so long. If this topic resonates with you, please like the video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the Silent Wounds channel. Together, we can transform silent wounds into paths of healing. Are you truly okay, or just pretending? You wake up, take a deep breath, put on your best smile, and tell yourself, I'm fine. But are you really? Many people learn early on that showing emotions is a sign of weakness. So they become experts at hiding sadness, suppressing anger, and masking anxiety. They keep functioning, working, caring for others, doing what's expected. On the outside, they appear strong. Inside, they're falling apart. This behavior, pretending everything is okay, is a powerful defense mechanism. It protects for a while, but it also isolates, and gradually it erodes. Unexpressed pain transforms into constant muscle tension, insomnia, gastritis, unexplained fatigue. The body starts to scream what the mouth couldn't say. And if you don't listen, it screams louder. If you've ever wondered why you feel exhausted even after a good night's sleep, or why your chest tightens without an apparent reason, perhaps it's not the external world that's crushing you. Maybe it's the internal world you're trying to keep locked away. What happens to your emotions when you swallow them? When you swallow an emotion, be it sadness, anger, frustration, or fear, it doesn't vanish. It settles somewhere inside you. And what the body can't digest, it stores. From a neuroscience perspective, every repressed emotion continues to be processed by the brain and the autonomic nervous system. This means that even if you try to ignore a feeling, your body keeps reacting to it, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which prepare the body for stress. But the problem is that this stress never resolves. It stays trapped. And this ongoing tension turns into physical and mental wear and tear. It's like driving with the parking brake on. You keep moving, but it takes twice the energy to do the basics. Repressed emotions also impact the immune system. Studies show that people who suppress feelings are more prone to inflammatory diseases like fibromyalgia, autoimmune disorders, and even cancer. This isn't because emotions mystically cause diseases, but because the body lives in constant alert, without space to relax and regenerate. Have you noticed how your chest tightens when you hold back tears? Or how your jaw tenses after a swallowed argument? That's no coincidence. It's your body trying to cope with what you refuse to feel. Suppressing emotions isn't control. It's overload. And every overload comes with a cost. Your body speaks, and it's crying out for help. Have you ever considered that your constant headaches, neck tension, or that never-ending fatigue might not be purely physical? They could be emotional. Our bodies are incredibly wise. Often, they sense when something's amiss even before our minds catch on. When we ignore our emotions, our bodies become the messengers of that unexpressed pain, communicating through symptoms. Repressed anxiety might show up as chest tightness, shortness of breath, or tingling in your hands. Unfelt sadness can manifest as a heavy back, persistent fatigue, or unexplained aches. Swallowed anger turns into muscle tension, gastritis, or teeth grinding. These symptoms are alarm silent cries for help from your body when it can't find another way to express itself. A study published in Psychosomatic Medicine revealed that individuals with difficulties in expressing emotions, a condition known as alexithymia, have a higher incidence of cardiovascular diseases and chronic pain. When emotions lack a verbal or emotional outlet, they often find a physical one, and that path is painful. You're not sick out of nowhere. You're trying to carry the weight of the world without even giving yourself space to feel. And your body, it's trying to save you. It's urging you to pause, look inward, and acknowledge what you've denied for so long. Listening to your body is the first step toward healing. From silence to explosion, the cycle of emotional repression you endure. You push through when you're tired. You hold back tears. You suppress anger, fear, frustration, but for how long? The issue with repressing emotions isn't just about what you feel, it's about what happens when you do and feel. Every time you swallow an emotion, it doesn't vanish. It accumulates like an emotional pressure cooker, and one day, it explodes. This explosion might be an anxiety attack at work, a panic episode while driving, or a seemingly trivial argument that ends in shouting and tears, not because of that specific issue, but because of everything you hadn't expressed before. This cycle is dangerous, and it repeats. You feel something uncomfortable. You suppress it. Your body starts signaling. You ignore it. Tension builds up. You explode or collapse. Often, emotional collapse manifests as apathy, insomnia, uncontrollable crying, or even serious illnesses. You didn't get sick out of nowhere. You've been silent for too long. Breaking this cycle begins with a simple yet powerful act, granting yourself permission to feel. Feeling isn't weakness. Feeling is survival. And if you don't express your emotions with words, your body will express them through pain. Share in the comments, how many times have you swallowed anger, stress, or problems just to appear strong? Unexpressed anger turns into chronic pain. Yes, and here's why anger is a powerful emotion. Like all emotions, it serves a purpose: to protect, to signal boundaries, to alert you that something's wrong. But what happens when you don't allow that anger to surface? It turns against you. Science has shown that repressed emotions, especially anger, are directly linked to the development of chronic pains like fibromyalgia, migraines, persistent muscle tension, and even gastrointestinal disorders. When you don't express anger, your body holds on to it. And to contain such an intense emotion, it requires strength, a strength that transforms into neck stiffness, tight shoulders, clenched jaws, inflamed intestines. Your nervous system enters a fight or flight mode, even if you're silent. It's like living in a constant state of alert. This state drains your energy, harms your organs, and steals your peace. But expressing anger doesn't mean losing control. It means channeling it. Talk right, engage in physical activity, use breathing as an outlet. Anger doesn't need to become fury, but it needs an exit. How many times have you swallowed a scream, held back a response, suppressed tears, and then spent days with body aches, chest heaviness, a desire to disappear? That's not a coincidence. It's the cost of containment. I've been there myself, wanting to leave home and never return. Unexpressed anger becomes silent pain, and that pain won't go away on its own. How to release trapped emotions in the body and find real relief. You don't have to live imprisoned within yourself. The emotions weighing on your chest, tightening your body, and disturbing your mind, can be released. And this liberation isn't mystical, it's biological, emotional, and achievable. Here are 4 simple yet powerful practices to start releasing trapped emotions in your body: conscious and deep breathing. Breathing bridges the mind and body. Shallow breathing signals your nervous system that you're in a state of alert. Deep, slow breathing activates the parasympathetic system, the one responsible for restoration, calm, and healing. Technique: inhale counting to 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6, repeat for 3 to 5 minutes. Do this daily. Intuitive body movement: emotions get trapped in muscles, joints, fascia. Moving your body helps unfreeze these tensions. It doesn't have to be a gym session. It can be a mindful walk, dancing at home with closed eyes, stretching while feeling what needs to be released. Movement releases the pain your body can't verbalize. Therapeutic writing: when speaking is hard, writing can help. Grab a pen and paper and write everything you feel without filters. It doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to come out. Example: today I felt anger. I felt like crying. I wanted to disappear. I'm tired of pretending. Writing organizes internal chaos and creates space for relief. Body and integrative therapies techniques like myofascial release, bioenergetics, somatic therapy, emotional massage, and acupuncture work directly with emotions stored in the body. Seeking a specialized therapist can accelerate the healing process safely and guided. Remember, emotions aren't enemies. They just want to be heard, felt, acknowledged. You don't need to be ashamed of what you feel. You just need to allow yourself to feel. Emotional liberation begins in the body and continues in the soul. You don't have to carry this alone. You've endured too much for too long. And yet you're still here, silently fighting, trying to be strong, trying to move forward. But let me tell you something important, perhaps the most important thing in this video. You don't have to do this alone. Emotional loneliness is one of the most toxic elements for our mental health. It convinces us that no one would understand, that it's not worth trying, that asking for help is weakness. But asking for help is courage. It's recognizing that you deserve care, support, and to be heard. If you feel like you're living on the edge, physically, mentally, or emotionally, know that there are paths. Therapy, support groups, online communities, daily self-care practices. All these exist to help you carry less weight, breathe better, and find relief. The Silent Wounds channel exists precisely for this, to be a space where your pain isn't judged, but understood, where your wounds aren't hidden, but respected. You're not weak. You're overwhelmed, and there's a possible world beyond this pain. Stay with us. Comment below if this video resonated with you. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. And remember, asking for help isn't failure. It's the beginning of your healing. Your body seeks peace, and you deserve that now. Perhaps you're just beginning a new chapter in your emotional journey. If you've made it this far, it's because something inside you is crying out for help. And listening to that cry is already an act of healing. Don't blame yourself for having repressed. You did what you could to survive, but now you can choose differently. Here are 5 simple practices you can start today to ease that emotional burden in your body. Relief breathing. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Exhale through your mouth. Imagine that with each exhale, you're releasing some of the accumulated pain. Calming tea with intention. While drinking, mentally say, I am safe, I can relax. Repeat it like a mantra. Write a letter to your pain. Express everything you've never had the courage to say. Tear the letter as a symbol of release. Conscious touch on chest or belly. Place your hand over your heart or abdomen and say to yourself, I see myself. I hear myself. I am with myself. Short prayer of reconnection. May I release what weighs me down. May I feel without fear. May my body and soul find rest. You don't need to wait for a breakdown to start taking care of yourself. Your body is crying out for help, but it's also giving you a chance to start anew. And starting anew is an act of courage. I'll leave a video in the card and also in the description. It will help you a lot. Your anxiety isn't mental. Your body is screaming inside. See you tomorrow. A warm hug from your friend, Elena Gray.